Isn't that what we're supposed to do, though? Aren't we supposed to go for the man who has the resources and us and provide?
Depending on principles or rhetoric prescribed, you may find that it's expected that you go after that, but you don't have to. We create a society where you can create enough resources to be able to balance the difference between genders as far as socioeconomic status. If you're a woman who can reach up to 70 to 80, 90K above, hell, you can actually take a care man and sit him home. So it's just based on your own personal prerogative on what you see as.
So I'm not saying that's the majority. I'm just saying, like, you can't.
There's a social norm that says, a woman should go after the highest bidder.
To do for that, then, if
the same, you want to answer that? I can answer that for you.
But that wasn't the social. But that's not the social norm. That's not true. So first of all,
okay, go ahead. I was going to answer and then I'll pass it to you. She asked me what we wanted to do with that.
So fathers used to pass off their daughters. That was not the social norm where women picking the biggest and baddest. And money is a social construct. So we can't say that's the social norm. The social norm was that you had to meet the father, and the father picked who his daughter would be with, and so she can have security for life. It wasn't no picking from the biggest and baddest and who had the most money as well too. That could be a luxury if the prince or somebody in high status picked your daughter, but a man was trying to find security for his daughter, and you would marry off your daughter. It wasn't her out there by herself picking the biggest and baddest and having all these bodies and not being able to be loyal with nobody, using hypergamy as social mobility where she can't even stop herself. So it's not, hypergamy is not nature. That's what we're teaching right now. But women typically look for security, just like we look for somebody to love us, and it would stop there. This stuff what we're doing now is the perversion of love, and it's a perversion of what she's actually looking for as well too, is with the security, because she can't do what we do. If I was going to ask this before I came up, if you gave Boheme, Pearl, Ty to all the men on the panel to be your wives, you be loyal to them for life. You may step out and deal with multiple women, but you be loyal to them for life. If you gave Boheme, Pearl, and Ty, all of us, most of them today would not stay with those guys. A lot of women can't stay loyal to monogamy, and they can't stay loyal to polygamy, and they'll say it traumatizes them, and they need to heal from it. Men don't have to heal from dealing with a lot of women. A lot of men are trying to get access to a lot of women, where women get access to a lot of men, but it compromises them and they become traumatized from it by their own self statements, the statements that they're making, that they have to go to therapy for it. They go into church to rebrand. And most of them are still healing at 40 and 50 years old because they've been dealing with so many men where men are begging to touch a woman and they can operate with a lot of women. So we're not the same, and it's not nature.
You don't think men have been through trauma from women?
What's that?
You don't think men have experienced the need to heal from trauma from women?
A broken heart. A man, a Pearl, don't know man want no virgin. Don't know woman want no virgin. And she don't want no man who not experienced. She wants a very sexually experienced man, true. And she wants who all the women want. So man ain't nature and reality told me that.
Arrest me, daddy.
Yeah. So a man who has a lot of women is extremely valued in society, and they progress in society, and they become great lovers when they deal with a lot of women. They know how to talk to women, and they know how to maneuver with women, and they know women's games. So if you don't have access to women, that woman will use you instead of the man using her.
But isn't the man supposed to be more experienced? Like, aren't you supposed to vet and go through the process of women? So that would be expected, as opposed to a woman going through a slew of men trying to figure it out. So wouldn't that be different though?
But don't make sure you stay on my point. If I deal with 20 women, it makes me happy. If you deal with 20 men, it compromises you and it traumatizes you.
Yep.
It's not natural for you.
And that's what I'm saying. So when you say you deal with the 20 women, these 20 women are not the high caliber pick of a pick. You're dealing with women who are, they're not. There's a caliber of different women. Okay, we don't even have to go through that. My point that I'm making is, like, after you've gone through so many of those women, are you telling me there's no trauma that you need to hear from? Just every experience was great. You just geared up. You ready to go for the next.
What breaks a man? Man ain't shocked by no hoe. So if he dealing with hoes, that the hoe don't take him off guard. That's a hoe. It's the woman who he thought wasn't a hoe that breaks his heart, that messes him up almost for life. It's the woman that he trusted and thought it was an angel that messes him up when his heart gets broken. It ain't the hoes that's messing him up. The hoes keep him on his feet. But the women, when the man give him your heart and she breaks his heart, that's what can traumatize a man.
Also, I would like to.
And maybe that's why women scream about therapy the most. They're always trying to force men to go to therapy. But I'm always wondering, if women really go to therapy and therapy works, you can meet a woman who has been in therapy for 3 years. I probably should become a therapist, because clearly if a person is going to be seeing me for 3 years and there's still no change, women go to therapy for 3 years and still no change. So what's the use of therapy? It's just like somebody working out for 3 years and they never lose any weight, but they brag about going to the gym. So why the fuck are you wasting time going to the gym if nothing is changing? And then they're trying to force somebody else to do exactly what they're doing that doesn't work.
Answer your question, Ms. Pro. You said, what would you?
That's what I was trying to do.
What would we expect y'all to do if you're saying that y'all were taught this, right? If this is a society norm, the same thing that y'all do with every other society norm, especially when it doesn't benefit you, you throw it away. Y'all, when we said it was a society norm for y'all to sit y'all ass down at home and take care of the kids, y'all threw that shit out the window as quickly as a pot of piss. So if you could throw that out, if you could throw out all the shit that you don't like that are society norms, then you could throw out all the shit that we don't like as society norms. So like Bruiser said, y'all live in a society where you no longer have to do that. You don't have to go outside and be like, oh man, I need to get the biggest, baddest person to take care of me, because you can take care of yourself. You, him can come together and y'all can be the shit together and work hard together. But y'all don't do that. What y'all do is y'all like to take all the society norms that benefit y'all and then throw out all the ones that benefit me and that don't benefit you. So how you can do it, everything how you throw out everything that don't benefit you, you can throw out all the shit, all the programming that you had in your head that told you that it was okay for you to just sit back and make demands all day and expect men to just come in and take care of you. You can throw that shit out the window too.
Well, what I was going to say was a little different. The way I was going to answer it is, what I would like for the women to do that are trying to swing big, and this is God going after the top guy, going after the highest bidder, is to just have the reality that because these guys have extreme optionality, to maybe embrace the likelihood that this man is going to be with other women and not be so shocked whenever you encounter that experience.
No, I think the problem is women get approached by men of different calibers, right? The problem comes when a woman is approached by a rich man who's willing to spend money. So, because remember, not every rich man really spends money on them. They call them stingy rich men for a reason. But once a woman meets one guy, even if it's one guy, it doesn't have to happen 10 times, even if it happens for 3 months, but she meets this one guy who's willing to spend money on her, I can guarantee you, even if she takes another 20 years and she has never met another rich guy like that, she's always going to talk about what's standard and what she deserves. That's why you're going to meet some women who are going to tell you, oh, but my ex used to do this. Oh, but men do this for me. Oh, I'm used to men doing this for me. That's the type of treatment I'm used to. The best thing you can tell her, okay, if that's the type of treatment you're used to, go get that treatment. Because clearly, if you had that treatment, you wouldn't be here with Boogie going to Wendy's, going to Burger King. But if you're going to Burger King with me and you're saying you're not used to going to Burger King, you're used to Ruth Chris, you're used to men taking you to Ruth Chris, clearly the men taking you to Ruth Chris are nowhere to be seen. But my point is that usually happens because a woman will meet one rich man who will spend money on her and she will swear to God that's the type of treatment that she deserves. And that's a caliber of man she deserves. So she would take all this time, all these years, year after year, hoping to meet another rich man like that. So they get used to that kind of treatment, at least delusionally.
All right. Into the Black Dragon. I know you had something.
I just had a question as far as like women were taught about going after resources rather than the man. But my only question was, what is more resourceful than a man that loves you?
They don't care about love.
Both ways. That's a phenomenal question because most of y'all don't even like the high value guy, and most men don't really like the high value woman. She just had a pretty face. And a
No,
lot
but
of
I-
the
but I mean
no,
as
I'm
far
I
as-
agree with you.
Yeah.
In the dragon, I agree with you. There's nothing greater on this earth than being loved. There's
Yeah.
nothing on this earth that's
No,
greater
but
than
I'm
actually
asking the
loving
women
others.
because they were
Oh.
saying they were taught. So I wanted the answer of, well, no matter what title you can have in the business or professional world, nobody in that world will love you. A man can love you and get you the world. So what would be more resourceful than a man that loves you?
They don't care about
So
love.
I don't disagree with it. Like as a person who has matured and experienced life, I know exactly what is important for me.
But you can't get it.
But it's so the advice that we are given as young girls is very confusing and convoluted because you got your older women telling you, Lord. So we were taught to never be broke if a man is around. If you broke, you better not go without. If he around, you better not want for nothing. Basically, that man need to be giving you money. And then on the other hand, we're taught like men only want one thing. You need to save yourself. You need to go to school, educate yourself, stand on your own 2 feet. But then when it comes around to, can you buy me a car? Well, you better get a boy with a car. So you're like, we're given so many different types of advice from so many people. This
And you
is
still
not
do what you
like
want.
our parents teaching us this or just certain the same message does not come from the same people. We are taught so many things.
Can I ask you this then? As a
Yeah, I mean, you're taught so many things, but at the end of the day, you do what you want. You are taught not to have babies before you get married, but you still do. And then you are taught, okay, if you're gonna have a baby one time, that's one mistake. Don't go on and try to have a baby with a new guy. You do it. And then you meet a woman who has 5 kids by 5 different men. Like, how many times are you going to do the same thing over and over? And then you grow up to be 45, and then you're trying to blame the people who are giving you advice, talking about how people gave you different kind of advice. Yet you claim to be independent and you can think on your own and you got all these degrees. So clearly you would have figured everything out. But anyway, shout out to Latif and the panel. Shout out to Akeem. Shout out to Miss Mariam. She's in the building. Shout out to the sophisticated jerk. I think I've seen the sophisticated jerk. That's such a weird name, man. I think I've seen this. Bro, I think I've seen you somewhere in some other panel. I'm not sure where. But I could have sworn I've seen you somewhere else. I'm not sure where. Supporting. I know you support everybody.